Hello, I'm Mike Hamilton. I'm over here at Lithia Toyota Redding, California, and today I'm featuring a 2021 Toyota Highlander XSE in the gas edition. I'll be right back. Starting here in 2021, Toyota brought back a very popular trim package for the second year of this generation of Toyota Highlander. Before 2020, the 2019, and a few years before that, we had an XSE version of the vehicle, which is the luxury sports edition of this vehicle, and it typically had quite a bit of difference in looks. Not so much anymore, but I'm going to go over the quirks and features and different things that you see on this vehicle versus the standard Highlander, either in the LE or XLE or Limited. But as far as the front end here, we have the honeycomb grille. That's a little bit different shape. We don't have that chrome accent around the honeycomb grille there. Down below we have our LED fog lights. Then we have LED lights and LED accent strips for your headlights. And then behind this Toyota logo here, we have our Toyota Safety Sense 2.5, which includes our adaptive, our radar pacing cruise control, our smart stop, our lane departure, and pedestrian detections are all part of this. And we come up and then we see this new Toyota new global architecture here, the NTNGA, and you see these bold lines and these aggressive headlights. Also, that has a lot to do with your aerodynamics of the vehicle, but part of this is this new architecture that Toyota is doing. Coming up to into the windshield here, we have another camera system and a radar system. Again, those are for the lane departure, the adaptive cruise control, the steer assist. Also, the lane tracing is all part of this here. And then up on top, we have a moonroof and sunroof. We have the cross rails, but no roof rack crossbars. Those are optional. They can come with the vehicle. If they are, they're built to the vehicle. If not, you could get them from your parts department. Coming to the side, we have a 20-inch rim that's specially made for this specific trim package here for this XSE, sitting on Goodyear Eagle touring tires. And then we're going to come up to the side here. We're going to see our first wind vortex generator right here. And then we have our turn signal indicators. This is something that's very common in Europe, something that Toyota's adopted for their vehicles here in the United States. Helps with aerodynamics and diffusing the air, makes the ride cleaner, and also gives you better fuel mileage. Then this is a proximity key vehicle, or what they know as a smart key. You'll have a good looking key that says Highlander on it. If I want to come up and lock this door, all I have to do is put my fingers on these two notches. That locks it. If I want to open, all I got to do is grab the handle. Very simple. So you have proximity keys for both the front and front passenger and front driver's doors here, not on the rear doors. This has a 5-star overall cash safety. MSRP on this is $44,678. And then coming to the back is our second wind vortex generator. Up on top we have our shark fin that does our safety connect, does our Toyota Safety Sense, and our maps that are integrated to this vehicle, along with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and XM radio, all part of this here. Coming to the back, we have dual exhaust tips on a single exhaust system. Our badging for our Highlander is in chrome, with our Toyota badge being in chrome also. This is a power lift gate, so we have a symbol on this key here. It looks like a hatch opening up. Hold that for 3 seconds. It's going to lift open the power lift gate. Waiting for the new buyer is an all-weather cargo tray in the back that says Highlander on here. And then we have in this box all-weather floor mats for the vehicle. The back row is a bench that has seating for 3, and that's folded down unless you need that for your additional passengers. Easy to close this gate from the button up on top. There's a button on the dash, or you can do it from the key fob. Your powertrain on this vehicle is a 3.5 liter V6 engine making 295 horsepower. It has a capability to tow up to 5,000 pounds. Gets a fuel economy of 21 city, 29 highway. Fuel door is on the driver's side of the vehicle. Let's go into the passenger side here. Some of the features you're going to see, we're going to have a couple bottle holders there in the door for passengers for their drinks. You got the power window slider, shades here for babies, and then this is a this is a captain's middle row, which is the only way you could get the SE. Some of the stuff you're going to see on this SE is this center, it's kind of a material slash synthetic material that goes along with the Softex leather here. We're going to have a cup holders there in the middle for 2 drinks, armrests for the middle rows, and then down here we got 2 USB ports for the rear passengers for power. Then you have air controls available for these back seats here. Air vents are going to be up on the ceiling for both the 3rd row and the middle row here. Only the 2nd row can control the air though. Coming into the driver's door, we have again a bottle holder down there, power windows, power mirrors, power locks. And then we come over to the dash. We're going to get our power liftgate button, and our auto dimming high beam is available through the Toyota Safety Sense. Our trip and odometer button are on here. Driver's seat is a 10-way power with power lumbar. The other one is a 6-way power with no lumbar support available to it. Starting this vehicle is a breeze. Just put your foot on the brake, push the power button, and off we go. And then Toyota's going to give you a display for the drivers there. This is known as the Driver's Information Center. Gives you a variety of information available to this vehicle. So I'm going to go over that. It says right here is known as our Eco Screen. It's going to give us average fuel economy. This thing has 5.8 miles on it, so it doesn't have really any average fuel economy. Empty, distance to empty, your digital miles per hour, again distance to empty. Coming down here's this gives us our compass coordinates here and driver support information. And should do our Toyota Safety Sense, lane departure alert. It's all part of this here. So when this is activated, when the vehicle sees the lines in the road after the vehicle is going 32 miles an hour or above, those lines will light up. And if you leave your lane, it's going to alert you you're leaving your lane and slightly steer correct you. It also does lane tracing, so if you're driving down the highway in cruise control, blue lines will come outside those white lines and basically steer correct you and keep you centered up in your lane. So all you have to do is keep a hand on the steering wheel and it pretty much will self-drive for you, almost autonomous driving. We also have our adaptive cruise control available to this vehicle here. Those 3 bars are for 3 seconds of pacing, and then you could do 2.5 or 2 seconds or on the adaptive cruise control. Radio information is on here, which I will demonstrate. And then you have all your Toyota Safety Sense. It's going to give you everything that's going on, your pre-collision, your blind spot monitoring, your rear cross traffic alert. And this goes all the stuff that's available here. So we have a lane departure with steer assist and lane trace. This is our pre-collision. So if the vehicle senses you're going to collide with another vehicle up to speeds of 110 miles an hour, the vehicle is going to go into a brake mode and slow you down by 30 miles an hour. And hopefully avoiding that accident. It also sees pedestrians and does the same thing up to speeds of 50 miles an hour, slows down by 30 miles an hour. We have our blind spot monitoring system, our rear cross traffic alert again. So if you're backing out of a parking stall and you can't see because vehicles are blocking your view, the sonar sees around the corners and sees cars coming to people walking, will beep audibly and flash in your blind spot mirror what direction something is coming from. This one also reads your stop signs, and your speed limits are also available for this vehicle. This one here is your message center. It knows I'm not wearing my seatbelt, but I'm in the parking lot. And then back to your eco screen here. And also gives you these basic analog gauges here, along with your tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge, and temperature gauge, all part of this with the driver's information center. Many of the functions of this vehicle, from the driver's information center in front of the steering wheel to the regular infotainment screen, can be controlled by the steering wheel here. So we have this toggle here. That was how I was controlling that center screen there, and functions me through there. This has our pickup for our phone here, so if we get a call, we can pick it up here. It also comes in as a pickup here, or send a voicemail here. So there's a couple ways to pick it up. We have our voice command system for the Toyota system, but it also does Apple CarPlay for Siri and Android Auto. And then over on this side, we have our cruise control, our adaptive cruise control stuff is here, and then our lane departure button here, so that's optional. You don't have to have it on. Radio controls in volume or down on the bottom of the steering wheel. This is the standard infotainment screen that's in a Highlander. Toyota offers for the Platinum, and the also an upgrade package for the Limited offers a 12.3-inch screen, the biggest that Toyota builds in any of their vehicles for infotainment screen. This is your standard 8.1-inch screen here, still nice quality. What we're looking at here is called a 3-panel. So you have your radio information. When your phone's connected, it will show up down here, and then half your maps. This is an integrated map again. They've come back to that, but now instead of it's not controlled by a hard chip anymore. It's satellite updated, so the maps will always update all the time because it's satellite linked. And you also get your maps that you could use through the map button here, through your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which has Google Maps and Waze Maps that are available through here. Your menu button coming into here gives you all your information setting up your phone. That project button is the button that becomes the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto once you plug in. And we have our audio sources here, so you have full range of audio sources: AM, FM, Sirius XM radio. Anything you want to bring in through Bluetooth is all available through here. This is also the JBL premium audio system, so it has premium audio with Clarify. The way to know if you have that is if you see these tweeters and the A-pillars here. So if you see JBL here, we automatically know we're in a JBL audio vehicle with Clarify, and also says JBL down below. So this is one of the best sound systems that Toyota builds for any of their vehicles. So let me demonstrate that. All right, now coming down to the middle part of this center stack is known as our air controls. So everything, I like buttons like this instead of all these little cute little touchscreen buttons that are going into a lot of vehicles. So we have on here, we're going to have all our stuff like our heated seats for 3 stages. So you have hot, medium, low, and off. It has that for the passenger side too. And then we have heated heated windshield wipers, fan off, front defrost, rear defrost, and heated mirrors. We have sync, so we can sync in the 3 climate zones. This one here has dual front climate, and then there's a third climate to the back. Some of the higher ends have 4 climate zones, so you could control his and hers in the back and his and hers in the front or middle row. This is very nice and well laid out and simple, and I like this a lot. We have our fan speeds here. This is our modes, and then turning our rear air on. If you push this button here, you force all the air on the front passengers. So if you have rear passengers, you want to make sure that is not on. Turning on the rear climate control, inside, outside air, all here. So, and then you have his and hers climates for the front. I have it on sync right now. And then we have down below, we have storage pockets here for our cell phones and other electronic devices. There's a little cubby thing that comes out, or like a little thing that pops out in here, so then you could put your wires through and and power up your phone or port in the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You have another storage cubby over here. We got our locking glove box down there. And then we have 3 USB ports and a power port here. This one here is the primary USB port that we use for the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. They also make something known as a dongle. They're not very expensive, 30-something, 40-something dollars on Amazon, to make your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wireless instead of having to plug in. So you can get that, and then the phone talks to the dongle and then connects your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The other 2 are just power ports here, and then we have a regular 12-volt power port. Gear shifter, we got the nice leather here. Same with the steering wheel, got a nice leather wrap on here. And then this is an 8-speed transmission that's sequentially shifted, so I could put it into sequential shifter, and then I'll see M1, just like it won't actually not shifting while I'm here and not driving it, but it will shift up 8 speeds for that sequential shifting. Down here we have a brake hold button. That's a neat button. So when we have brake hold on, the vehicle will, once you come to a complete stop and it says hold, you can take your foot off the brake and not have to hold it, and it won't move until you push the gas pedal. I like to call that basically a hill start assist button too. It's just nice on a steep hill like San Francisco, not to hold the brake, it won't roll back. You have a driving mode here. We have a normal, sport, and eco mode, and then we have our snow mode. You don't like the car shutting off after it sits at a stoplight for a while, you could push this button each time, and the car won't shut off at stoplights. And then we have our Qi wireless charging pad for our compatible cell phones. More storage down below, more power in there for your passenger drivers. On here we have an auto-dimming rear view mirror. Down below is home link for our garage door memory sets. Sunglass holder. This is also a convex mirror here, so you could spy on your rear passengers. So if you got little kiddos and babies on here, you can see what's going on by looking behind you in this convex mirror here, which is a nice feature. Can I close this thing? And then up on top we have reading lights and dome lights, and then we have a special button here. This is our SOS button. This button is for emergency services, so if you're ever in an accident where airbags deploy, the car will be calling the call center for Toyota, and they'll be calling you to ask if you need help, to know your GPS coordinates, know how fast you're going at the time of accident. If you're ever in an emergency, you can push that button. And this thing works off of satellite, so if you're out of cell phone signal, then you could still make a phone call as long as you got a clear sky above you to get help if you didn't have a cell phone signal. So very nice feature here. It does also stolen vehicle locator, tech support, and roadside assistance are all part of the SOS button. Up here we have a moonroof and a sunroof available to this vehicle. Again, I'm Mike Hamilton. I'm over here at Lithia Toyota Redding, California. Another one of Toyota's many trim levels of the Highlander. Extremely popular mid-size SUV. This is the vehicle that started this class of vehicles. Good and capable for being a nice family vehicle. Has the ability to tow to 5,000 pounds, giving you some ability for a little travel trailer or a boat, so you don't have to go get second vehicles. So it serves its purpose for moving a lot of people, or even moving something that's a bit heavy. So it's a nice vehicle for a lot of different things, and also gets really good gas mileage for a regular gas model. You know, they also have the hybrid versions of this vehicle that could get mid-30s per gallon. Just another nice SUV that's available through Toyota with the reliability of a Toyota. Thank you again for watching my video. Have a great day.